Hi everybody, I'm Britt Savage for WooFDriver News. We're getting cut off for some reason. I don't know, but I'm going on to my next story, which I think you'll really enjoy. And that is, oh, this is so cute. It's a little one-eyed pug. This is so cute. It's named Parker. It's a little girl. I wanted to show you a picture. Oh, little one-eyed pug. Let me tell you all about this little dog. It's a really sweet story. A little one-eyed pug named Parker has found a forever home at the posh Park Hyatt Chicago. When the hotel's manager, Walter Brindle, heard about Parker and learned that she might have a hard time finding a home, he knew he had to do something. She had already been in 2 different foster homes, and at 5 years old, they said that she might have a lot of trouble finding a forever home, so he just called right into action. What he says is, "It was love at first sight. When she came out, it was just complete pleasure." Oh, this guy's crazy. Crazy in love with this little doggy. Okay, we were looking for a dog that was not high energy and a dog that was going to be very child and pet friendly. She's just been the warmth that brings this residential home feeling into the hotel, and that's the message I'm getting back from so many of the guests. She's just a wonderful little pug. I don't know what her life was like before, but she's going to have a much better life moving forward, he said. And he also said things like she's got her own little bed and she greets everybody as they come into the hotel. And it's so sweet, and it's not only the people who are coming to the hotels, but even people working there love the little dog, and they're almost fighting over who gets to take care of the dog and give the water to the dog and feed the dog, and she's evidently on some kind of medicine, so who gives the medicine to the dog and who walks her. So it's a really great story, and I wanted to give a shout out to it's called Paws of Chicago, a nonprofit organization which rescued Parker from a shelter where she probably would have been put down just because she had a lot of expensive medical needs. So what they did is they just kind of raised funds for animals that are in shelters that would be put down if they couldn't get some of the medical stuff met. So poor little dog needed a lot of surgery on her eyes and things like that. So they raised the money and had her fostered until she found this home at the fancy hotel. So I love that. Love hearing that. Next, okay. Hello, love my pug. I'm telling you, even a one-eyed 5-year-old pug, I don't see how that dog wasn't having people fighting over her because she was just such a cutie. But you know, sometimes it's tough, and we all know a lot of people go into a shelter and they just pick the cutest little, peppiest little puppy, and sometimes, you know, you might want to look at somebody who you don't immediately jump at. It's like that with dating. Think about that. Oh, awesome. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you here. Okay, this is a story where I'm going to give you a disclaimer because I don't want any of you people doing this and then contacting me and my attorney, because I don't have an attorney and I don't need you calling me and my non-existent attorney. But here we go. 10-year-old Sydney Vasquez from Corona, California had a stubborn baby tooth that just wouldn't fall out. Her tooth had been wiggling, hanging in there for over 3 months, creeping everyone out and causing family drama around the dinner table. I can't even imagine what that is, but it was probably just like making everybody a little nauseous while they're trying to eat. And I don't know if you remember when you had a little tooth loose, but it was pretty creepy. Okay, so they came up with a great idea. Actually, she came up with this idea. She had refused to let her parents or the dentist take care of this tooth and get it out. So the only person she would trust is her German Shepherd. German Shepherd named Panther. The little girl tied dental floss around her tooth and connected it to Panther's harness. Then she threw a ball, and of course he took off after the ball, and then, as you can imagine, the tooth got ripped out of her gum. Which is a really disgusting story, except that it's a happy ending, and her quote was, "I was like, let's just get this baby out already. Let's do it." That's what she was quoted as saying. The tough little girl is currently awaiting a visit from the tooth fairy. So, as I said in the beginning of this, do not try this at home. But, well, I don't know, it worked. And I gotta say, watching your dog chase a ball, you'd probably be like, whoa, and then, ow! So I guess it worked. It's better than just trying to pull it on your own. Awesome. That's so great. Hello there, Bill. Hi, Betsy. Kathy. Is that Freya? Freya Watson. Hello there. Well, that's so great. Now, this is a good time where I want to, I know we have people watching from all over the world, and that just is thrilling to me. The idea that you guys we're all coming together, all nutty dog owners, and a lot of people don't even own dogs anymore. They just love dogs. Maybe they had them at other times in their lives, and they just love watching dogs and Bill's videos. I love when they're, commenting on that and everything. But we have people from all over the world watching and commenting, and we love that. But here in America, we do the 4th of July celebration, and a lot of times there's fireworks. And I just wanted, being it's coming up here in just a few days, I thought I would give you a couple tips of ways maybe helping your dog through this kind of loud and scary time. And so I wanted to let you know that if it's a new dog, you may not be aware of it, but dogs are, a lot of them really hate fireworks. And people think like, well, what's the difference? What's the difference between fireworks and thunder? It's very similar. I mean, why do they get so freaked out at fireworks? And some do at thunder too. But the thing with thunder, the vets say, is that there's things that the dogs can smell in the air, and they can see the rain, and that it gets dark out, and so they know that thunder's coming. They can kind of hear it. They've probably lived through it. You know, if a dog's a couple years old, it could be 1,000 times or a couple hundred times where a dog has experienced what thunder's like, the rain and thunder, and then it goes away. But the difference between thunder and, let's say, fireworks are they come out of nowhere. You know, all of a sudden, it's just like bang, 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 all different sounds. And there's really nothing that gives the dog any beforehand knowledge that it's going to happen. And it can just be really scary. And I guess I liken it to what happens to us when we hear something we're not think we're going to hear. Like, let's say if somebody drops a big package on the floor, or you hear maybe a car backfire, you just go, oh, jumps. It makes your heart jump. It puts you right into that fear mode. And that's what's happening to them, because they're hearing it out of no context, all of a sudden just a awful sound, and it's just scary, and they can't figure it out. But I have a couple tips that might help. But before I get that, I want to say hi to some of these people. Hello, Cheryl. I love rescues. Well, you're a little angel. I love rescues too. Hi to you. It's so good to hear from you. Why don't you shout out? If you're just watching, tell us where you're from and just say hello. And well, I'm from Nashville. I'm not really from here. I'm from New Jersey, but I'm here in Nashville in the USA. But here's some tips, and I gathered these from vets and different trainers from all over the country. But first, they suggest, could you bring your dog to a place where there aren't fireworks? Like, let's say if just across town, you could bring them to a friend's house. Maybe the two of you watch a movie together or hang out. Not you and the dog, but you and a friend. Although the dog might enjoy a movie, depending on what it was. Maybe not Wiener Dog yet. But yeah, just bring her maybe your dog somewhere where there's not fireworks. Like where you live, it might be right where they put them off. But if you went maybe 10 miles away, it could be a place where it's just a little softer. So that's a good idea. So maybe bring your dog somewhere where it's not so loud. And number two, if you're not going to be home, it could be really scary for a dog, because not only now are they hearing these sounds, but there's nobody around. You might want to ask somebody to maybe stop over, just a friend, just stay over. Could you just come over to my house and hang out with my dog? Just somebody to be there that maybe they know. That would be really good. Or if you could maybe bring them to a doggy daycare that they know, like a place that they're familiar with and they like being. If you want to, some people talk to their vet about getting a sedative for their dog, or some people have used a rescue remedy, different herbal things, try to help their dog calm down, but talk to your vet about something like that. Another thing people use sometimes is an anxiety vest, or some of the brand names are Thunder, what the heck is that one called? Oh, a Thunder shirt. Yeah, that's it. Those are great, but what they say is a good point is to introduce that to the dog before it happens. So let's say all the fireworks are going or thunder's going. It's not the time to say, hey, come over here, I want to put something new on you. That's not the time. Wait till, those times like after you go for a walk, or you're tossing a ball, and they just go, they're so relaxed, and they're just hanging out, almost like passing out on the floor. That's the time to put the vest on, just to get them used to it, that this is a fun thing, this is a relaxing thing. And so then when you introduce it before the fireworks, it's not so, uh-oh, this is that awful vest I put on every time it thunders out. You know, you don't want to do that. So get them used to it. If you are going to use a thunder shirt or one of those anxiety vests, put it on them before. Just get them used to it in a calm time. And then when you put it on, then it may help. It does help some dogs. If your dog likes to be crated, if the dog was, you know, that's their little cave, they may want to, you know, even though you're trying to give them the big pep talk, they may like to be in their crate. So let them do that. If your dog has a little portable bed, like little soft beds you throw around, you might want to put it in one of your more quiet rooms, and, you know, put the drapes, close the drapes so they're not seeing the flashes out with the fireworks and everything. Maybe put on some music. And another thing they also say is your demeanor is going to help the dog too. So almost better than reacting to them like, are you okay? It's okay, it's only thunder. Just having you be calm and set the example as everything's okay, and not just act calm, really try to be calm, like, I'm going to take a deep breath, everything's okay, we're just hanging out together, we're going to just, I'll pet you, we're going to watch a little TV together, whatever it is, but not anything too, you know, trying to, it's okay, it's just fireworks. You know, they don't understand that. They just want to just relax and see you and say, oh, look it, mom's okay. She doesn't mind. But to us, fireworks, even when you're not there, can be fun, a fun experience. Like, oh, that was cute when I was a kid, you know, go see fireworks. But not so much for a dog. So keep that in mind. One thing I want to tell you before I stop the 4th of July thing is, did you know it's one of the most common days for a dog to run away? So you may have a dog that's so well trained, you know, one of those ones that you just open the back door and say, do your business, you know, let them run out the back door, call them back in. But this is the kind of day where sometimes it's so loud and so scary that even a very well-trained, calm dog can get scared and run across traffic, or just run into the woods and get turned around and not know where they are, things like that. So you have to be careful. Even your calmest, most obedient dog that you would never think would be so afraid that they'd run away or anything like that, they really could. So you have to put them on a leash or watch them really closely, because it is really, for some reason, their hearing is so acute and so different from ours that these loud sounds are probably some of the scariest things they ever hear. And so we just have to, you know, definitely be watching out for our little furry pals. Look at this, Freya, Violet, Lily. Is that your whole name, or is that a dog? Hi, it was a beautiful name. Oh, that's nice. Cheryl Wolf, that's nice. Loveland, there's actually a place called Loveland, Colorado. That sounds beautiful. Wow, it's great to hear from you. Well, this has been one of the most exciting weeks on a WooFDriver, because there are so many new shows. I mean, I saw one the other day that was Awaken Your Inner Dog Trainer. That was really cool. I like that. And I just saw Bucky Harris. He's a music producer and a writer, and he's done so many of the dog parodies here and the dog songs on, that would be on the WooFDriverWebsite.com or allwoof.com. He's done so many things on there, all the Woof tunes. But he has a new show that is really wacky. He has written a little ditty about all these breeds of dogs. So, you know, he could do one about huskies, and then he's writing a little song. Let me think, the last one that I saw was about spaniels. So that one was called Daniel the Spaniel. And he did this whole song, and then he just talks a little bit about the breed. So it's fun. You can learn about each breed, and even if it's not one you have, it's fun to learn where they came from and their temperaments and their breeding, and it's been really, really fun. So I'm looking forward to. And he said the other day that if you have a specific breed that you want to hear about, just let him know. So, you know, I hope he does mutts too, because they're real special. Mutt, I don't know what rhymes. Mutt, but, I don't know, he'll think of something. But that is so great. Well, I wanted to, oh, you know, with the 4th of July thing, maybe ask Dean Miller. He is a dog counselor, and he has a really informative and fun show and I've watched every episode. I've really learned something each time, and he's just great. And he always asks for some questions, and some are hard because they're ones that you almost have to come visit you to work with your individual dogs, but he might have some tips for helping your dog with the 4th of July fireworks too. But definitely ask him about anything. He's just great. He's fun. I know today our, WooFDriver's own Carol Grace Anderson was doing a big book sale, a signing. I didn't get to go because I was getting ready for this show, but she's doing a big signing. She's got a brand new book, and it's called Paw Prints of Wisdom, and it's really being reviewed so well. People love it, and she was signing it, and she's a talented woman. She also is a painter. And if you go in Cracker Barrel, they're actually selling her book and her artwork. She has these beautiful note cards with her paintings on them. So she's just a Renaissance woman. It's pretty amazing. And also Barbara Kurtman, I was watching her today. It's just animal secrets. She's kind of like I guess she calls herself an animal communicator. And when she talks, she gets so emotional. You can really feel that she's into these animals, and she really feels that so deeply and can kind of, I don't know, hear what they're saying, and she can kind of communicate. So it's beautiful, and she believes everyone can communicate, and I think we all probably know that, but it's kind of tapping into our deeper communication with our animals, and that's kind of fun. I've been trying myself, like just getting really quiet and just going, Lucy, what do you want? What do you want? And she actually communicated to me, and she said, I would like a dog biscuit. Mom, give me a dog biscuit. And we communicated in that special way, and then I gave her a dog biscuit, and then that was the end of that. But I am going to be back in just a few days. I usually do this on Wednesday and Saturday, so I hope you'll come back, because I had so many cool stories that won't even fit into this show, so I want to get them next time, and I'll be looking for everything hot off the press and getting it to you, and maybe we can find out where that first little dog ran off to. But I hope you have a wonderful couple days. I love being part of your lives, and us all being in this little wolf pack together. So thanks again for watching. I'm Britt Savage for WooFDriver News.